Hello, Internet. I am sorry, I am terrible at putting videos up when I say I will. I'm not good at this YouTube thing. I am trying. Meh. Anyway, so I went to Vegas for my 30th birthday. That was good. I did do my DDP while I was there, but I didn't eat very well. I didn't go as crazy though as I would have last time. I actually maintained my weight, and we did a lot of walking. I think he said, my fiance said we walked a total of 25 miles, 26 miles by the time we were done with our 3-day trip. So we walked a lot, but unfortunately, when we got back, I immediately got sick. And so I've been like not working out as much as I probably should have been. Like, I've still followed my DBDPY schedule. I had to like switch days around, and I kind of missed doing one of the workouts, but I got like the other important workout in. But I'm trying to get back on schedule because I got sick. And so because I got sick, I ate a lot. So I put on a little bit of weight, but it's not bad. It was only 4 or 5 pounds, but I can't let it creep back up again. Anyway, so I'm making this video also because I have been reading Diamond Dallas Page's new book, Positively Unstoppable, which is a self-help book, but it's a self-help book written by a guy who, you know for a fact this isn't something he went to school for. He didn't go to school to learn about how human psychology works, and you know, he's trying to give you the best life advice possible in the most like uplifting way. No, he's just like, look, I'm not gonna bullshit you, don't bullshit me, shit's gonna be hard and you gotta fucking work for it. I'm like, yeah, this guy speaks my language, thank you, DDP. You and me, buddy, you and me. Again, reminder and disclaimer, I cuss on this channel. Anyway, just cover my ass. But yeah, no, so I've been reading the book, and I'm not, it's about 200 some odd pages long, and I'm about almost to 100 pages in. Well, not quite 100 pages in. I'm around the 62 page mark, I think. Or 64. I think I'm on page 64. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm in the 60s on that. But a lot of stuff in there was hitting home. And one of the things that kind of hit home was, you know, you have to be the one to decide whether you're worth fighting for or not. And of course, ever since I read that, the only thing that's been going through my head is that song from Mulan, which is the concept of the song is very sexist, but I just can't get over the part about the main part, which is the chorus of "What do we want? A girl worth fighting for?" And I'm just like, I'm a girl, I'm worth fighting for. So, what do I want? A girl worth fighting for? Yeah, it's me. I'm gonna fight for me. Sorry, I can't sing. I'm terrible at it.
Except in this voice, I can sing in this voice. That's annoying, but I can do it. But that's neither here nor there right now.
Sorry, I also don't edit the video, so you're gonna have to deal with the really weird, random crap I say. Yeah. Yay, not having enough technology to do real cool things with. Woo! But yeah, but it's been a very inspirational book. And then I rewatched The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. If you have not watched that, I recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime. I don't know. It was just really, like, I watched it before, but rewatching it, and after learning my whole horrible family secret, and then like just knowing about some of Jake's past, it just hit home. And then his whole thing was, my history does not define my destiny. Like, his past isn't going to dictate who he is now. And that's also been like really resounding with me, because, you know, for so long I've let this mentality of I'm not good enough be a thing, and that was instilled in me at a young age by Ed. If you don't know who Ed is, he is the unfortunate father of me. I'm gonna put this to bed really quick. Basically, he was a monster. And that's kind of what my dark family secret was. I learned recently was he did some monstrous things, and so now that I know that his whole intention my whole life, like, I already kind of knew, but I didn't even understand, like, how much us kids were just a means to an end, and we were just a burden, and ultimately, you know, if we weren't going to end up being the cash cows he wanted, we were useless to him. And, you know, he instilled at an early age that if you can't get something on the first try, if you don't understand something right off the bat, you're just really stupid. There's something wrong with you and you're too stupid. Math homework was always one of those things, because, like, my mom's like, you have to ask him for help on math, and it was like, okay, well, I'm going to choose to fail math then, because it was 50-50 on whether he was going to help you or berate you and tell you how dumb you were, and wow, how can you be so stupid, you're such an idiot, why aren't you getting this, it makes so much sense, like, what's wrong with you. It was always came back to what was wrong with you. And more than once he wanted to institutionalize me and my younger sibling, because he thought we were insane. He thought we were just batshit crazy and, you know, failures. He designed us to be failures from the get-go. That was his whole thing. He was a failure. He was the type of person that once he found out how much effort had to go into something, wouldn't do it again. And unfortunately, that rubbed off on me, and not in the sense that it was like, oh, this takes too much effort and I don't want to put in that much effort. It was just more of, I would try something, and if I didn't do it well, I would just walk away from it and be like, okay, well, I obviously clearly can't do this because I'm too stupid. Dance has always been one of those things that I love, but I can't bring myself to really do without feeling that I'm too dumb to get it, because my brain does this weird thing where it reverses how the moves are being shown. So I'll watch somebody doing the dance move, whatever it is, and then I'll try to do it, but because my brain's not having that translation go through very well, like, it's just switching things around and it's not comprehending that your body is supposed to go this way while you're doing this. It's just not understanding how you're supposed to be moving, and I get overwhelmed and I will cry in the middle of class. It actually got to the point where if I wanted to go to my dance classes, which I had to give up a little while ago, I had to smoke weed beforehand. Because it was the only thing that would bring my anxiety down long enough for me to go in and get into class and get into that mindset. If I tried to go without smoking, I just was too self-conscious and was just like, oh my god, I'm too stupid to be here. You know? And so everything with Jake the Snake and that whole thing has made me really want to, you know, my history is not my destiny. I'm not going to be this failure that he wanted me to be. Because he never believed in us. Ed never believed in any of us kids. He was the type that he'd laugh at you. He'd laugh in your face at your dreams. He wasn't helpful. He wouldn't help you achieve your goals and dreams. He'd just laugh at you and tell you you were crazy and stupid. So one of my dreams, I actually have a few, but one of them is, and this is just because I've been raised for so long to think I'm unattractive and, you know, not worthy, I want to model. It's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm hoping maybe towards the end of the year I will be in enough of a decent shape that I will feel confident enough to try. But it's something I want to try and do. I also want to build up the confidence to be able to pursue voice acting and stand-up comedy, because I'm secretly hilarious. Secretly. You can't tell anyone, though. If they find out, we're all fucked. Nobody can know I'm funny. But I'm funny to me, at least. And that's what matters, right? At the end of the day, I make myself laugh. Again, I can't edit this, so have fun. Anyway. But yeah, no, I'm gonna dive into the DDP stuff really hard. Because even though I don't know these guys, like, they're these superstars in my eyes, you know? A lot of these guys were well known for wrestling, DDP, Jake the Snake, and that kind of stuff. And so I'll probably never meet these guys. One of my goals, though, is to achieve the ability to go to the accountability crib through the app. If you save up enough points, that's like a big prize. I'm gonna do it. But, you know, even though I don't know these guys at all, I am a stranger to their existence. It's nice to know that DDP believes in me. It's stupid. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cry, but it's, even though he's a complete stranger, doesn't even know I exist, has no clue who I am, he believes in me. And I guess it's just having that, like, dad figure that I didn't have growing up, saying they believe in you and that you can do the thing, and they believe you can do the thing, you know, like, that's just been hitting me, man. So, I mean, yeah, it's totally my goal one day to meet DDP, because this guy doesn't even know, like, the impact he's having on me right now. And, you know, again, it's not even just about losing weight. I mean, that's always a factor in these kinds of things, but it's just about taking control of my health, taking control of my life, not being scared to do things anymore, wanting to actually try and be okay with failing, because the thing I'm not cool with is failing, and that, again, is that mentality of if you fail, you're stupid, and that's the thing I'm trying to get over. Because, yeah, you have to fail to learn. I get that. It's just hard not to beat myself up over it. It's just really hard some days not to just beat yourself up over it, but I'm working on it. I'm doing better. Like, I'm not beating myself up over the weight gain. I got sick. I wasn't active like I should have been, and I ate a bunch because I was sick. And it wasn't even like crazy stuff, but I was eating more sweets than I should have. I had a really bad sweet tooth when I got back from Vegas. Way too much Starbucks while I was out there. Funny enough, way too much Starbucks. But yeah, so I don't know. I recommend the Jake the Snake movie, Resurrection of Jake the Snake, on Amazon Prime. I recommend checking out Positively Unstoppable by Diamond Dallas Page. I don't know. I don't know what it is about this particular program. I guess it's just because when I've tried other workout programs, it's always been from people who are already really fit and already really in shape, and that's kind of just always been their life. Like Denise Austin, I love her. I absolutely love her. She's one of those other workout gurus that I enjoy, but I've never been as successful with her programs. And I mean, I love her workouts and stuff, and I still do some of her workouts. I have one of her DVDs. But I don't know. I guess it's just because DDP has this, I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm also not going to push you to an extreme you're not ready for. Like, before DDP, I was trying to do PiYo, which was Pilates and yoga mixed together. I don't recommend PiYo. It might work for other people. It was too much for me, and it actually exacerbated a back injury or back problem I have, because my lower back likes to go out on me a lot, and it was exacerbating it a lot with the particular curl movement we had to do. And then she didn't give modifiers quite like DDP does. You know, he's constantly encouraging you throughout the videos to do modifications. Like, dude, if you can't do this, don't force it. You know, it'll come over time. If you force it, you're going to hurt yourself. He's very adamant that you don't want to force it. Ease yourself into it. Whereas PiYo, it was just like, oh yeah, here's a modifier, but we're just going to go, 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 go. I ended up pausing and cussing at PiYo way, way more. I haven't had to pause in DDP. Even when I was struggling in the beginning with it, I haven't had to pause with DDP like I had to pause with PiYo, because PiYo was just, it was too much. It was way too much. And the schedule that they gave you was just way too much. They were trying to have you do too many workouts from, like, you know, I wasn't necessarily a beginner. Like, I had been working out prior to that because I had been doing my pole dancing stuff, and then I had to give that up. And so, you know, I was trying to find other things to fill in that gap. So I was still fairly, like, able to do things, but I couldn't do PiYo. I could not keep up with PiYo. I couldn't. It was too much. It hurt me. But I don't know. I can do DDP. I can do it. And that's the nice thing is I can do it. Yeah, and it was hard for some of the workouts. Now they're easier. But yeah, it's low impact, no impact. You're not jumping around. You're not doing crazy up and down movements. You're not see, that's why like certain workout things I'm like I don't know how I feel about this because I don't enjoy the fact that you have to try and do a motion rapidly. And this comes to like squats, like if you have to do like a lot of them really quickly, like you have to do a certain amount within a certain amount of time, like I think that's more damaging to you than helpful. Like yeah, at the time it'll help build up those muscles, but I think over time that does more damage to your joints and stuff because it's just such a forceful exertion. But the DDP, because we have to do everything so slowly, I feel I get a better burn from it too because you have to hold positions and you have to engage those muscles. And it's not a matter of how many squats can you get. It's a matter of, okay, can you do it and come all the way down? And can you get your forearms to the ground? And if not, we're working on it. And if you can't get down to the ground yet, just keep working on it. It's so encouraging. He's just so much more encouraging than some of the other workouts I've done. Like programs that I've tried in the past. And I don't know, again, it's that whole he's no nonsense and he's not gonna bullshit you, I mean, he's a guy's guy at the end of the day. He's a guy's guy, Diamond Dallas Page. But yeah, no, he definitely cares. And I think that's the thing that's also made DDP yoga more appealing and making me want to do it more, is he cares. He cares in a way that I don't feel like other instructors come off. Like, again, like Denise Austin, she does put off a good vibe, and she's very bubbly, and she's very encouraging, and, you can do it. Like, she's very encouraging, too, but I don't know. DDP just really goes out of his way to make you feel like he's been there. He's been in whatever rock bottom place you feel you're at right now. And then when you watch Resurrection of Jake Snake, you get to see Jake the Snake go from his rock bottom and claw his way up. And it's not an easy journey. He struggles. I mean, I guess the hardest thing for that was just seeing this person who you get used to viewing them on a pedestal and seeing them, oh, they're so infallible, they can't do anything wrong, they're so great at everything, they're up here, I'm down here. But then you see them cry and you see them have emotions and feelings, and like you hear these words that they feel worthless come out of their mouth, and you're like, what? How does someone like you feel worthless? How is that a thing? Like, So I don't know, just seeing how DDP went out of his way for his friend, and then just the way he talks in the videos and the motivational Monday things he puts out. He cares, and that's part of why DDP's been a big deal for me. He cares. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep raving about the DDP. I don't know about recording it, me doing it, because, again, I don't have all the technological things at my disposal to make that easy. Also because it's easier to film on my camera, and I have to use my camera it's easier to film on my phone camera. I can words real well. Than it is, like, my iPad's out of date. It's kind of old, so its filming capabilities aren't that great anymore. So I have to film on this phone, but I can't film on this phone when I'm doing the workouts because I have to use the app when I do the workouts, and it's a whole thing. But I'll figure it out one of these days. But yeah, so I guess that's what's going on right now. Trying to get the food thing back on track. Going to be going grocery shopping, getting a bunch of veggies today because we're going to try and eat mostly veggie heavy this week. Make sure we get a lot of those cruciferous vegetables in. Oh, quick weigh-in really quick again. Because the internet, or Twitter anyway, has been blowing up about, like, keto's good, keto's bad. If you don't know what keto is, basically the keto diet tells you to eat fats and protein and low carbs. But here's the thing that everybody, or not everybody, but most people seem to not understand about carbohydrates. Is there's complex and there's simple. And you want complex carbs, which you find in vegetables, like broccoli and cabbage. and that sort of thing. And you want to cut out simple carbs like white processed flour, white processed sugar, breads and things, pastas made from those processed white things. You want to take it easy on white starchy potatoes, you know. But carbohydrates are not the enemy. Complex carbohydrates are not the enemy. Simple carbohydrates are your problem. Because what's happening with complex carbohydrates is the fiber is helping with the digestion process and the breaking down of the sugars, so that you're not getting the instant sugar dump that you're going to get with simple carbohydrates like flour, like the white flour in bread is going to, because there's no fiber there to help slow down the absorption process, it's just going to instantly absorb, and that's when you're going to get that spike in your blood sugar because it just instantly converted. Whereas with the fiber from your vegetables and stuff is going to help release that slowly. Now, you also have to keep in mind that there are some vegetables that benefit people and some vegetables that don't benefit people. So you have to experiment. But in regards to the keto diet, it's as long as you're going about it a safe way and you're eating your vegetables, then fine. I'm not gonna, go crazy on it. It's just understand simple carbs versus complex carbs. That's what you need to really understand. And just, don't completely cut out carbs. You need carbohydrates. You just have to be really not careful, but, well, sort of careful. You have to be careful and more aware of your source of your carbohydrates. So, again, vegetables. I never thought I would be praising broccoli, but broccoli all the time. Eat it now. Throw in some Brussels sprouts. I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts, though. And I have had them other ways. They're a lot to take in. I can have like a couple Brussels sprouts, but if you put a plate in front of me, it's not going to happen. But anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, so again, though, diets, unique fingerprints. We're all fingerprints. Our whole build is a unique thing, so no one diet fits all is going to work. You're going to have to experiment. So if you're somebody who thrives on keto, keep thriving. If you're someone who's not thriving on keto, then you really need to look at what you're doing for your carbs and stuff and look at something else. Maybe a whole plant-based diet would be better. Maybe going more paleo would be better. It's just a matter of you have to experiment and figure out what's good for you. So, yeah, it's kind of where my way in is on all the diet stuff. Do your research. Read all the health literature. Because people are going to give me shit and be like, oh, how do you know so much? Where's your medical license? You go to school. Well, okay, so a lot of times they're not going to teach you most of this stuff in college anyway. They don't give you a in-depth nutrition course in college. I had to take nutrition when I was in college. Even though I was a theater kid, they made me take the nutrition course. And it was just such schlock. It was all the basic things we know, like vitamin D is good for you, and vitamin A is good for you, and these are the diseases they help, prevent. And, it was just very basic. It wasn't in-depth, okay, so let's look at your microbiome and these organisms and what they're doing for your body, and then let's look at, how certain foods are going to affect certain types of people, and, none of that, All of my knowledge has come from extensive, research and studying on my own. So I've read a lot of books on nutrition, and I've read a lot of articles on nutrition, and this isn't just something I've taken up over the last couple of years. This is something I've been doing for, I want to say early 20s. So I'm 30 now, my early 20s. So not quite a decade, but around that time that I started really taking interest in health and nutrition. But it hasn't been until more recently that I'm actually taking the advice seriously. I just, it's like, oh, I know all these nutritional things, but I just don't apply them. Lazy. But it's also just because of the changing things is scary. Nobody likes to do change, and nobody likes change. Nobody does. Sometimes we can embrace certain changes, but ultimately everybody has a problem with some sort of change. And changing all my eating habits was the one I didn't want to do. Well, I've had to now because I don't like being sick. So, Yeah. But my knowledge has been accrued over the years. It's not something that is like I decided a couple months ago I'm gonna become a nutrition guru and post on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and everyone's gonna love me and follow me. I'm not even on Facebook now, but I don't care. If you guys find this beneficial, cool, great. I'm glad I'm putting out some useful knowledge. If you don't, fine. This is for me because I'm uncomfortable and I'm forcing myself out of my comfort zone with these videos and talking and doing things. And yeah, so I'm trying to relay useful information and I'm trying to relay things that will be beneficial to you. And I will suggest readings that I think are pretty, helpful and stuff. But that doesn't mean I know everything. Nobody knows everything. And if they do, I need them to let me know what the next lottery numbers are. No, I don't care. But yeah, no. I'm gonna offer what information I have. And I like learning new things all the time. I'm learning new things all the time. The microbiome stuff, going more into depth on that. I've learned way more stuff than I used to know about it. And nutrition is always changing. We're always finding out new things about, things that work and things that don't. And so it's interesting, and I like being open to learning all the new stuff that comes out. Some things I will disagree with because it's like science doesn't work that way. But some things, I'm open to. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go do my fat burner now. Get that done. Woo! DDP yoga. All the time. Woo. I'm on I think I just started week 5 of the intermediate. So yeah, week 5. Woo! Proud of me. So, alright guys, well, I'm gonna leave this now. Awkwardly. Like I do. I will try to post more recently. Oh. I'll try to do it before the end of the month. No guarantees. I'm a liar. Just know that now. I'm terrible at this posting thing. Also, I like to try and do these videos when my fiance isn't around because, again, I'm, super self-conscious. He's, super supportive and things. He even did yoga with me last night. He flipped off the screen a lot, multiple times throughout the workout. And we were doing the easy stuff, too, the Diamond Dozen beginner stuff, teaching you the moves, and he was just, so mad that DDP just talks a lot while you're holding positions. And he does. He talks while you're doing stuff. You're like, God damn it, DDP, shut the fuck up and get on with the counting. But yeah, so I also don't like doing these videos when he's around because I'm weird and insecure. Woo! So yeah, alright. Have a good day, people of the internets and the YouTubes. And hopefully I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.